Good evening, everyone. To the July 27th, 2024 Traffic Commission meeting. With me this evening on my left, Mr. Mike Mulcahy. And then we have Mr. Lieutenant Mike Williams also here tonight, and Councilor Margie Grace is with us tonight. My name is Bob Ryan, Chairman of the Commission. First of all, I'd like to, the first item on the agenda, I would like to put forth approval of the May 30th, 2024 meeting minutes. Can I have a motion?
I make a motion to accept the minutes.
Okay. And can I have a second?
I'll second.
Lieutenant, thank you. Okay, all in favor? Aye. Okay. The minutes approved. Next item on the agenda. Ordered that the Gloucester Code of Ordinance, Chapter 22, Traffic and Motor Vehicles, Section 22-269, stop intersections be amended by adding a stop sign on the northbound side of Madison Ave at the intersection with Beauport Ave and Norton Square, and be amended by adding a stop sign on the southbound side of Madison Ave at its intersection with Beauport Avenue and Norton Square. Counselor, would you like to tell us why you're asking for this?
Some constituents reached out concerned about, Madison is a crossover street from Maplewood on over to Washington. People have a tendency to drive pretty quickly. It is a four-way intersection with four-way crosswalk. And then at the very next intersection is a bus stop. And there's also a church there. So it can get a little bit, a lot of activity at the end of Washington Street. And this is just a way of getting people to slow down before they get to Washington Street instead of jamming on the brakes, at the bus stop. And, basically it's a safety issue. It's kind of like a speed bump that will causes people just to slow down. It's a quick 3-second stop, look, go. So it's not really going to be too much of an inconvenience for the people that go down there, but it just is going to force people to slow down a little bit. So it'll just increase the safety.
Well, hopefully so.
Hopefully stop, yeah, well,
Yeah.
there is the rolling stop and then there is the hard stop.
Yeah.
But it hopefully will make people think, it'll slow, they have to stop, it'll slow them down and it will prevent something happening down at the bus stop.
Okay.
So that's basically it.
Lieutenant Williams, you discussed it a little bit at our last meeting.
Yeah, I'm in favor. It should be a stop sign. Yeah.
Okay. I never really thought of it as a link between Maplewood Ave and Washington, a cut through to avoid Gloucester Avenue and so forth, and they.
I would go that way if traffic was back.
Yeah.
Most people will do, and they'll cut down Beauport or one of those to over to Gloucester Avenue and help, because it really doesn't end unless you get off on that.
And if you go fast enough, you can make up the time you would have lost. Yeah, there should be a stop sign.
Most people will use it and use it in the
It's a four-way
afternoon.
crosswalk too, so.
Yes.
Mike, would you like to add any more to it?
No, I think
No, okay.
fine.
Okay, I fully support it. It's going to be one of the few intersections in the city with four-way stop. There aren't very many.
Well,
We have a few,
considering
but not
Start
many.
somewhere.
Madison Avenue is a straight through. Usually you don't have stops along that way, but because people are using it as a bypass to get past the traffic, they will speed around. So it's understandable.
Okay. Okay, would someone like to make a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Make a motion to approve or recommend the order?
Yes.
Okay.
I second it.
Okay, on a vote, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. No opposition. So you are all set. There's no O and A, no going to the council.
Perfect.
We make the ultimate decision. One of the only, other than handicap spaces and stop signs, we have full control.
If only
Okay.
everything were this simple. So, all right, thank you,
Counselor,
gentlemen.
all right,
And
Counselor, thank you.
Have a good one.
You
Thank
take
you.
care,
You have a
enjoy
good night.
Fiesta, be safe.
Yes, you as well.
Thank you.
Okay, next item on the agenda. Orders that the Gloucester Code of Ordinance, Chapter 22, Section 287, Traffic and Motor Vehicles, Disabled Veteran Handicap Parking be amended by adding 95 Prospect Street. Councilor Benson, are you on?
He is there. I saw him raise his hand.
Did he?
Yeah, he, get the blocks that he raised.
Councilor, bear with us. We're gonna try to get you in.
The handicap spot that we denied on Rick Street, it's there.
Is it? No, they came back, I think it came back under a
We
new,
denied,
another person with, for that person in that household. I think, like, yeah.
if that's the case, yeah, that's not the way it was presented to us.
No, initially they wanted to use it for the aid or
Right.
somebody, yeah. Can we hear him at all, Mike?
We'll give it a shot now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh,
Counselor.
okay, yeah, great. Sorry, I'm just
We have
a few
before
minutes-
right now. if
a
you
few
heard-
minutes off of my work. I work in another city, so I wasn't able to come in person. So I apologize. But I've been speaking to this constituent for a few weeks now. She's looking to have that accessible parking spot because there isn't one directly that could be directly placed next to her home, but she's dealing with some mobility issues. Also, she has a heart condition where having to walk significantly further could be a hindrance to her health. And that's kind of what the reason she's bringing this forward and has asked me to bring this, that makes sense.
Okay, Counselor. Is there?
And I have a note from her as you're pulling. Let me get my note from her as well that I can read if that's okay.
That's on the side of Prospect Street that there's no parking.
Correct.
We can't put we can't put one.
No.
Correct. It'd be, you'd have to go across the street.
Yeah.
There's no.
Counselor, are you aware, she sent an email indicating that she wanted it on the corner of Prospect and Elm Street. Elm Street's a
Okay.
block away.
And
She lives
that,
on the corner of Prospect and Chestnut Street.
Yes.
Correct.
okay. Yeah, so she was looking for, I would say, on the corner, she's saying on the corner of Elm, the parking is really tough on that street. But I know that there also isn't an ability, I know once there's where she originally proposed, she couldn't put it there. Is that correct?
Yes. She
Okay.
can't put it in front of her house because there's no parking there.
Yeah, so
And that-
could it be, so I would propose if we could put it on the other side of our home, that's the option. I did have her do some Google images. I sent her a Google image and then she did cross where she thought that it could work. I don't know if that was sent to you folks.
Yeah, the photos I have, you're talking about parking on Prospect Street at a diagonal on the far side. That's a good 100 feet. If she has mobility issues, I don't understand why she would want it across the street on Prospect.
Because I guess that is where it could work best for her. She said, so she also said the other thing that she's having heart trouble. But that is really that's kind of where she was thinking it could work based on the original proposal that she had looked at, that you can't have it there because there's no parking allowed there, if that makes sense.
Walk down the street, somebody with a heart condition.
My concern, Counselor, is one of two things. One, the whole idea of handicap parking is, proximity. You want to be as close to your door entrance as possible, not cut out a spot across and down the street.
Yeah.
A busy, a very high traffic area.
Sure.
My concern is, would she be interested in maybe requesting it on Chestnut Street? 20
Okay.
feet intersection.
Okay, and that would be,
That's right next to the house versus going across the street.
Yeah, and they can only put it on this side of the street. because
There
there's
is
no
the
parking
far
on this
side, right.
There is one further up, probably around 115 Prospect Street on the other side of the street.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Counselor,
I
I'm
know,
sorry.
I totally get what you're saying there. I think if we could do some sort of an amendment to the original request to maybe have it on Chestnut Street, if that isn't enough distance from her home, I don't think she would have any objection to that. And I have no objection to that.
Short walk.
Counselor, that would be half the distance
It would be
Okay.
less than-
on Chestnut Street than it would be coming out her door and walking across Prospect Street
Yes.
to
Yeah.
park, to go into that area. And chances are that spot is open to anybody with the handicap placard. So
Yes.
chances would be very slim that she would be the one there all the time.
It's really gonna
Agreed.
stop
Yep,
the-
I
stop
I
the-
totally agree. And I've stressed, and I made that clear to her that this is not just her spot. This would be for anyone with an accessible placard. So I definitely, if it's possible to do an amendment tonight to have it on that corner of Chestnut, then I'm not opposed to that, and I don't believe she'll be opposed to that. I think she's just looking to have a spot. So I
Yeah.
don't think there's gonna be any objection to her from her.
Okay, and one final thing, I didn't notice any parking. I don't know how many units are in the house. I'm gonna guess probably 4 or 5 units. And
Okay,
I don't see any parking. No, you got the armory on one side.
yep,
I just don't see any parking, so I understand, but I think even Chestnut Street would be much better for her physically. We can always withdraw it down the road. If we pass it tonight, it can always be withdrawn later on. If it doesn't work for her, you know, it can
Yep.
be retracted, you know?
I agree, and if it doesn't work for her, then I will, if whatever the result is tonight, I will reach out to her and tell her that is what the parking commission decided, and if she has an objection to that, then I'll send in a request to rescind that, but I don't feel like she will object to that. I think she's just really looking for a spot.
Okay,
Alright, so the only other issue that comes up is that Chestnut is a very congested neighborhood. It's usually, you turn that corner, it's wall to wall cars all the way down.
yes,
So that basically you'll be taking a spot from somebody who's been living there for a while. So you might wanna check with the neighbors on Chestnut Street. And let them know this is gonna happen, cause once this
Yep.
goes in, if somebody sees this pop up and they're gonna get upset.
Yeah.
And like I said, I understand the need, and that's probably the best place to put it is on Chestnut Street, but you might run into some pushback by the neighbors there, because like I said, it is a congested neighborhood.
No, I totally get that, and I will be, if the result is favorable for her to get this spot, I will be reaching out to that neighborhood and probably doing a canvas first thing tomorrow afternoon at the latest. So just to let people know that this is gonna be happening.
okay, and Counselor, just for a point of information, there's a handicap space at number 22.
Okay.
Chestnut. All right.
Okay,
Please stress with her after our vote, that is open to anybody and everybody with a placard can park there. We may
Yes.
grant it tonight, but, you know, again, whoever comes, first come, first served can park there, and it's not her space as such.
hmm
So as long as she understands that.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I have stressed that to her on many occasions from the beginning of our conversation about where she would like this spot, and then kind of having a back and forth of where she originally wanted, wasn't gonna work. And yes, I have been telling her that this will not just be her spot.
Okay. Okay, we can. Someone want to put forth a motion, amending 95 Prospect Street to read a point beginning 20 feet from Prospect Street, southerly direction for a distance of 22 feet on Chestnut.
Might end up losing 2 spots, so there's
Yeah, they
no
usually-
parking here, the corner sign, right at the top of Chestnut
Yeah, and
Street.
that's 20 feet, that's
Right,
20
that's
feet.
20 feet,
So
so
at
it'd
a
be right
point
after.
beginning,
It looks shorter than 20 feet.
yeah, sometimes I
Usually
think.
people park right there on the
Yeah.
Oh,
corner.
yeah, yeah.
All right, Council, you understand, so it would be a point beginning 20 feet from the intersection of Chestnut and Prospect, southerly direction for a distance of 22. That would carve out a handicap spot right at the top of the hill on Chestnut Street. So it would be great accessibility too. She comes down Prospect, takes a right or a left on the Chestnut, her spot or the handicap space would be right there.
Okay, yeah,
So she
and I
doesn't
totally
have to,
got
you
what
know,
you're
put
saying.
a double park or parallel park or whatever.
Yep.
Okay, on the motion,
Totally, and you said that it's gonna be after the here to corner, no parking sign there, if that's there, if I'm correct.
It would be in front of that.
yeah.
Yep. Okay,
Right in
That's what
front of it.
And I know people park on that spot, cause I go down Chestnut Street all the time, and there's usually a car parked right there.
Okay,
On a motion to amend 95 Prospect Street to read at a point beginning 20 feet on Chestnut in a southerly direction. Can I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Mike, make a motion, okay. And seconded,
I'll second it.
Lieutenant? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Okay, Counselor, the vote was unanimous. Expect to have a sign there within 30 days. We'll notify Rose Piccolo at the DPW. And they'll go
Okay.
ahead and install a sign, okay?
But I would
Much
definitely
impactful.
put the neighborhood very quickly, because.
and I will inform that neighborhood very quickly, as you said, so,
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, talk to the neighbors. They don't like surprises and, you know,
Yeah, they really don't.
but that's.
no, I can tell, I mean, I'm only been in this position for, give or take, I think it's about 6 months now, and I can say, I know that there's many, that's Ward 2, and rightly so for a lot of people that get frustrated, so I totally understand, and I don't want to be blindsiding them, so I appreciate you giving me that advice, all of you there, so I appreciate it.
Okay, very good. All right, Counselor, thank you for tuning in this evening and giving us your take on the situation.
No,
appreciate it.
I thank you, and I also, on behalf of my constituent, I thank you for finding a workable solution for her, so thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
You have all a great night.
So,
Thank you. Okay, gentlemen,
I make a motion.
that's it. Can we have a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Okay. Second,
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Okay, I declare the meeting closed at exactly 6:53.